Ashes Why. Written by Emmi P. Year 2014. Grade 7th. Presented by Mollified Media. Narrated by Merrill Matthews. Welcome to this creaky old house with rats everywhere, and if you wish, you can own a black widow. I'm joking. Do not scream or run. Let me introduce myself. I'm Ashley Emerston, but call me Ash if you don't mind. I prefer that best. I said not to run. Stop! Don't leave, please. You're my only hope of getting out of my spiritual prison. Only another soul can open the door for me. Open the door, please. I need to get out. I want to be able to find things out. I don't remember much from when I was alive. Mostly the night I died. All I remember was that I was home all alone in my room, watching a movie of mine on my black flat-screen television. In a reflection of the glass with moving pictures, I saw a figure. It looked to be a man. The man looked like a shadow. I saw no face, no color of skin, no hair description. The only description I had was that the figure was about 5.5 feet tall and was black. The shadow was in my beautiful redwood doorway. I got my phone out of my pocket and pretended I didn't notice the figure. On my Samsung Galaxy phone, with a puppy dog cover, I texted my parents these very words. Me. Help me, please. There is somebody in the house. Call 911. Sad face. I sent it, and put my hand under my pillow and reached for the pistol my dad gave me. I remembered the day my dad gave me the pistol. We were at a camping store. I wanted the triple threat. It is like a regular hunting gun, but with another barrel on the top. My father looked like he really didn't look happy with the gun. He said in a kind voice that I should get a pistol. It isn't as dangerous, but will protect you if somebody is in the house. So he got me the pistol. It fit perfectly in my hand, which surprised me because I was only 10. I got out of my little daydream and looked at the hard screen with a reflection. The reflection showed the figure was at my dresser with stacks of CDs. I don't remember all the bands that were there. I believe one was something planned, but I don't remember. I finally decided to take action. I got my phone to the camera app and was videotaping. I pressed start. I sat up with my gun and turned, then pointed my gun and my camera. I heard no blast. Then the next thing I saw was 3 tunnels. The one on the left had a blinding white light at the end. The one behind me just looked like a tunnel a car would go through. Then the one on the right had a sad, blue-dark color at the end of the dark tunnel. I figured left was the way to go. I ran for it, then something pushed me to the one on the right. Then I was here. I was here, in this old house. Let me out! I need to figure out things. Let me out, I beg you, please. Hold on. I have to do something. Okay, I'm back. The stranger speaks. He now actually speaks. Hello. My name is Corbin Parks, if you don't know, said the stranger. Nice to meet you, Corbin. Now, can you open the door? Corbin opened the door, and we both exited the house. It was around 6 p.m. in Idaho, and the sun was going down, and you could see the red, orange, and the yellow all blend together. I finally got a good look at the stranger named Corbin. He had brown hair, blue eyes, and he looked about 13 or 14, probably my age. He wore a red and black plaid button-up shirt with navy blue jeans, and in his pocket was an old-fashioned iPod, the ones with the little wheel. I used my hand as a shield from the sun's blinding light. As I raised my hand as a shield, I saw my hand. My hand was human. I went to the pond next to the house. I looked at my reflection in the pond. I saw me. I saw a 13-year-old. It looked how I was before I died, except a little older. I put my hand in the water. I could feel the ice-cold water on my hand. I wanted to jump in, but then I didn't feel the water anymore. I saw Corbin walking away, and I ran to catch up. I had nowhere to go, so I followed. I didn't try to start a conversation because he had his iPod in hand and earbuds in his ears. I could see the song he was listening to. It was Save You by Simple Plan. It seemed so familiar. He avoided looking at me. He looked like he wanted to say something. We met a black road with yellow lines in the middle. I heard something move, and I stopped and looked to my right where the noise came from. There was only 2 to 3 poisonous berry bushes and some pine trees. I continued walking, then I saw one of the bushes move a little. I started walking toward the bush with poison made of berries. I started hearing laughter from the bush, and Corbin turned and started walking over. I thought, well, he can hear through the earbuds. I moved leaves and bushes, and I saw a face, and I fell down on the ground. 3 boys ran over me to Corbin. Corbin and the other boys started laughing and punching, all sorts of things guys do to say hello. One of the boys wore a blood-red t-shirt with black letters that said Dare to Dare. He also wore a cap with the letters OJ. I figured it was his initials on the black cap of his. OJ chuckled. "So what? Did you like the dare?" "Hey, what did you find in there, a zombie, goblin, or vampire?" Corbin said nothing but tipped his head in my direction. OJ turned to me and opened his mouth so wide you could have put a bus full of sumo wrestlers in it. Then he smiled and gave me a hug. I was so confused. OJ said with joy, "You were in that house." I thought, "Oh, never mind, it doesn't matter." I was still so confused and very uncomfortable. Then OJ pushed over to Corbin. I quickly stammered away from him. OJ looked as confused as I was. "What happened between you two?" asked OJ. Neither of us answered him. We all started walking towards town. Corbin started listening to his iPod again. I saw the song he was listening to again. It was Loser of the Year by Simple Plan again. We were on the outskirts of town when I realized I had nowhere to stay the night. I approached Corbin with my problem. Corbin's friends left, and Corbin took me to his home. He let me inside and locked the door behind him. He led me to the basement. Then he closed the door and went upstairs. I imagine he went to his room. I explored the basement. There were many things, but just one thing caught my eye. There was a white disc with black words on it that said Simple. I grabbed the disc. I figured it was Simple Plan. I put it in the DVD player, and I was correct. I listened, and I felt like I could be human again. I could go to school. I don't need to be careful. I look human. I could live like one. All of a sudden, I felt cold, like I was back in the house. Then all of a sudden, I was turning back into a ghost. Then the room started turning into the house, the creaky old house. I could see him. I saw the dark figure. He was laughing. I backed away, then tripped on an Xbox controller. The figure came closer. I cried and screamed, then everything turned normal. I heard somebody coming downstairs. Corbin entered the room. He saw me on the carpeted floor, crying. He sat down next to me and made sure I was okay. He asked me a question. He asked me what happened and why I screamed. I opened my mouth, then cried again. Corbin calmed me down and gave me water. It helped. I wondered how he knew it would help. He asked me the question again. I answered this time after 20 minutes, but I could only get 9 words out. "I saw the dark figure, the one that killed me."